Hey, this is Captain Chris Myers of OrlandoFlyCasting.com and Central Florida Sight Fishing Charters. And I'm going to talk to you today about closed or tailing loops when fly casting. They cause the overhand knots that you get in your leader, or your hook catch it on your leader and everything falling in a pile. I'm going to show you what causes those and how you can correct them. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for all my latest videos and fishing tips. So a normal casting loop is a candy cane shaped loop. It goes most of the time slightly up in the back and slightly out and down in the front. So what that's going to look like is, now the more narrow we get our loop, the more energy efficient and aerodynamic it is. But we want some kind of candy cane shaped loop. The fly stays above the piece that's coming out of the tip of the rod. It curves around, the fly will be above it. When that fly or the leader drop down below that piece that's coming out of the tip of the rod, the loop gets closed because the pieces intersect. Two things are going to happen. One, it can either tie a nice overhand knot in your leader, or the hook catches on the leader or the fly line itself, and it causes everything to collapse and fall in a pile. You can get this on the backstroke, you can get it on the front stroke. Some people get it on both, some people only get it on one, but the most common way I see it is on the very final delivery stroke. People try a little harder and we add more power. When you add more power, it flexes the rod more. If I have a nice straight line path of my rod going because my tip is bending just the right amount, and then I add extra power, it over flexes the rod, it dips the rod tip below the straight line path, and then you're going to get your closed or tailing loop. So I'm going to show you what a few normal casts look like, and then we'll show you the tailing or closed loop. So first we'll have our normal stroke, and here's a closed or tailing loop. I'm going to show that to you again. I want you to watch what the line is doing. Watch the loop this time. We have a normal stroke, and here comes the tailing loop. And you can see how those intersected. Now, this time, now that you watch the line, this time I want you to watch where my rod tip is stopping on the two good strokes and then on the stroke that's causing the tailing loop, and you'll see a significant difference. So here's my normal stroke, here's my normal stroke, there's my tailing. Loop. Here's where I stopped to make the tailing loop. Here's where I was stopping. It's a good 2 or 3 feet shorter. When I shorten up that stroke, I have to add more power in order to get the same amount of line. Just like if we were playing any other sport. If we were hitting a tennis ball, if we were hitting a baseball, or swinging a golf club, if we take a shorter stroke and we want it to go the same distance as we would on a longer stroke, we have to add more power. Adding more power in fly casting often causes the rod to overbend and causes a casting mistake. So here we'll show it to you again. So people normally get good loops going, and on that last loop they tend to push out with their arm, keep the rod tip up high, add extra power, and you get that tailing loop. This time I'll show you what it looks like on the back and the front. We'll start off with some normal ones. Here's normal casting, normal casting. Now watch on the back and the front. Look how short my stroke is. And what am I doing? I'm just flicking my wrist really hard, whipping the tip back and forth over a very short casting arc, causing my tailing loop. So, first thing you need to do is watch your cast on the back and the front. See if you observe that tailing loop occurring, and when it's occurring and when it's not occurring. Then check, where are you stopping the rod on the good strokes, where are you stopping the rod when you're getting the tailing loop. And I think you'll find that your casting arc and casting length is much shorter when you're getting the tailing loops. Lengthen up that cast and you will virtually eliminate all tailing loops that you have, which will save you from having to make or buy new leaders.